You know what's interesting about desperate seasons? They often birth decisions that reshape your life. That's exactly what happened to me when I chose to pray in tongues for 8 hours a day over 5 days. But not for a spiritual show. I was stuck, deeply stuck. I had just relocated to a completely new area. No friends, no family, just me and silence. Financially, things were tight. I had taken a loan just to make the move, and even basic needs felt like luxury. So, what do you do when you've cut all expenses and still feel like you're sinking? For me, the answer came quietly but firmly. It's time to pray in tongues. And not just casually. I wanted something deep, drastic, costly, but not in terms of money, in terms of effort. That's how the idea of 8 hours of praying in tongues daily was born. But it wasn't spontaneous. I planned for it. I created the perfect conditions: fasting to shut down distractions, spiritual and financial, blocking all communication, praying only at night when the world was silent, writing down the things I hoped God would change, while leaving room for surprises. And then it began. Day one felt like hitting a wall. I had barely prayed in tongues before this. 2 hours in, I wanted to quit. But then came the question that flipped everything. If not this, what else will you do with all your time? That question drove me back to prayer. Again and again. Day two added another layer: hunger. But I pushed through. I made a small rule: no water until 4 hours in. It made me stronger, and strangely, more focused. By day three, something shifted. The dryness lifted just a little. I felt connected. Not dramatically, but noticeably. Day 4 and 5 were routine, but not easier. In fact, the hardest part became believing that all this praying was actually doing something. No thunder, no visions, just faith and fatigue. But I finished, and for a moment I wondered, was it worth it? Then, a breakthrough. I received more money than usual. I stocked my empty house. 2 more weeks. Someone showed up to help with ministry for free, and they were exactly what I needed. Then came financial independence. Then the peaceful house I had been dreaming of. And finally, I got married. 5 major breakthroughs, each one like a domino falling after those 5 hard days. And here's the biggest lesson I learned: when praying in tongues becomes your last resort, it becomes the doorway to miracles. Not because of the hours you pray, but because of the posture of your heart. God, I have nothing left except to trust you. When desperation meets faith, heaven moves. If this story encouraged you and you believe more people need to hear about the power of praying in tongues, consider supporting this work. Through live streams, teachings, and testimonies, I'm helping believers around the world grow in their prayer life, especially those who've never been taught about tongues. Your donation on my Give, Send, Go page/men must pray helps me create more content, reach more people, and make praying in tongues less mysterious and more accessible to everyday Christians. Thank you for being part of this cause. God bless you.